history last night after the Seahawks battled the Patriots for the Lombardi Trophy.
Plus, the Super Bowl halftime shows that were as buzzworthy as the big game itself. A look at Bad Bunny and Kid Rock's performances watched by millions.
And with more than 200 registered sex offenders in Beaumont, some of them live where your kids go to school. We're taking a deep dive into why the city has no local residency ordinance. 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus starts now. All right, it's time to party.
Yes, it is. It's streaming time.
All right, let's stream. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for waking up with us on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. We have all the fun on 12 News Plus. It is 7 o'clock right now. Let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a quick live look outside from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. I can't speak today. It's all right, though, because we got Jeff Gerber standing by to talk to us about this fog we're seeing out there right now. Jeff?
Yeah, it shouldn't stick around for too much longer. It should be burning off here by 8:30, 9 o'clock for this morning. But right now, visibility, especially around the triangle here, way down there. 0 in Beaumont, 0.3 of a mile in Port Arthur, less than a mile in Orange, 0.8 of a mile. Lakes area, not too bad. We're seeing about 5, 6, 7 mile visibility there, so not too bad. But weather impact alert till 9 o'clock, also dense fog advisory till 9 o'clock, as we'll see. Lots of fog out there across the area. Here's the view from our 12 News studio. And hard to see Interstate 10 from the tower outside with that fog. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. Temperatures right now generally in the upper 50s around the triangle and then some lower 60s up towards the lakes. While our day planner takes us up into the middle to upper 70s for today, maybe 77, 78 as we'll see the fog break up and we'll see partly cloudy skies for the afternoon with southwesterly winds at about 5 to 10. Warm week ahead, more 70s for us. We'll look at that coming up in our weather in just a bit.
All right, Jeff. We have Super Bowl 60 winner, the Seattle Seahawks. They took the lead over New England Patriots, and they never looked back.
Now, this was a huge deal for the Seahawks, who've now won their second Super Bowl title. They came into the season with 60-1 odds. Now they're taking home the Lombardi Trophy after dominating the Patriots in a 29-13 win. The Hawks took a quick lead at the start as Jason Myers made the first field goal of the game with just 4 minutes and 27 seconds left of play. Linebacker Uchenna Nwosu made a 45-yard interception, giving Seattle their 29-point lead. Their defense swarmed New England quarterback Rake May the entire game, and Seattle eventually ran out the clock. Almost as big as the game was the halftime show, or should we say shows?
That's right. Bad Bunny, he performed at Levi's Stadium, but it wasn't the only option. 12 News reporter Derek Jones is breaking it all down. Derek?
Mark and Tia, Bad Bunny delivered a historic performance during a halftime show that was highly anticipated. He emerged in a sugarcane field joined by dozens of dancers and musicians performing primarily in Spanish. His show highlighted Puerto Rican culture and history, with surprise guests like Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin joining him. Bad Bunny is one of the most streamed artists on the planet. A Dallas woman explains one of the reasons why.
I think just because of everything going on in the world, it represents a lot. He represents us very well. Even like just his music, everything, the way he's doing the Super Bowl, the commercial he did, everything's just, he just represents us very well.
Near the end, performers waved flags from several countries, including the U.S. Bad Bunny said, "God bless America," and held a football that read, "Together we are America." But that wasn't the only halftime show. Turning Point USA offered an alternative performance starring Kid Rock on its YouTube channel. It was organized in protest over Bad Bunny's performance and also featured several country singers. According to the organization's YouTube page, 5 million people tuned in. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek. Well, switching gears now, we have new details about a cross-county police chase that ended in Orange last night.
It started around 8:45 in Groves, where police tried to stop a vehicle, though we're not sure why. The driver took off and led police to Orange, then Newton, then back to Orange. According to our crew at the scene, police used spike strips to stop the car and tear gas to get the suspect out. A passenger was also let out at some point during the chase. Grove City Marshal Chris Robbins says both were intoxicated and are expected to face charges. It's unclear if the passenger was also arrested last night.
Beaumont police have identified the man found dead in a wrecked car Friday night as 31-year-old Rudolph Lasainte. Now, they haven't released what led up to the shooting, but they say that he did die from apparent gunshot wounds.
Yeah, and we're told they found him in the 500 block of Woodrow Avenue just before 9 p.m. They now say they're looking for this guy right here on your screen, 18-year-old Charles Sigers, in connection to the murder. If you know where he is, contact Beaumont Police or Crime Stoppers at 833-TIPS. It's 7:05 this morning as 12 News, or this is a 12 News investigation, and it found that more than 200 sex offenders in Beaumont are living just steps away from area schools.
Yeah, neighboring cities, they have strict residency restrictions to keep them back, but in Beaumont, there are none. 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett, she's breaking it all down.
When it's your neighborhood, how do you tell your child this is not a safe place to play?
Sex offender residency restriction ordinances, known as SOROs, are designed to limit where registered sex offenders can live or loiter. They typically bar them from areas within 1,000 feet of child safety zones, such as schools and playgrounds. But in Beaumont, Mayor Roy West says the city has no such ordinance.
In the past, we've just been following the state of Texas rules and laws regarding that.
Without a local SORO, registered sex offenders in Beaumont are governed solely by Texas state law, according to Britt Featherston with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And those laws only restrict residency while an offender is on parole or probation.
In 2025, looking at statistics, we have prosecuted over 40 individuals who failed to comply properly with the sex offender registration program. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's way too many, right?
According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, once supervision ends, those proximity limits disappear, leaving no legal barrier preventing offenders from living or loitering near schools, playgrounds, or daycare centers.
We're studying it right now to see what cities have these ordinances and, how they found them to be effective.
Neighboring cities like Port Arthur, Port Neches, Groves, Nederland, Vidor, and Lumberton have adopted local ordinances.
I can't imagine any reason why we would put the rights of sex offenders over the rights of children.
Bonnie Spots is with the Crisis Center of Southeast Texas and the Jefferson County Sexual Assault Response Team, or SART. In its 2025 biennial report, SART urges Beaumont to enact such ordinances, warning that stricter rules in surrounding cities may be pushing registered sex offenders, many with child victims, into Beaumont neighborhoods. A 12 News review of the state's online sex offender registry found nearly 900 registered offenders listing addresses within Beaumont city limits.
It's unbelievable to me.
Some addresses are within walking distance of Beaumont ISD schools.
I think parents will be irate to think, wow, my kid walks to school and there's 6 sex offenders on that path. It makes me very uncomfortable.
The highest numbers of registered offenders are within a 1-mile radius of these campuses. Pathways Learning Center, 109 offenders. King Collegiate Academy, 70 offenders. Smith Middle School, 58 offenders. And Fletcher Elementary, 67 offenders. At Fletcher Elementary, one offender listed his address on the state's website as a vacant parking lot directly across the street from the school. Records show he was convicted in 2008 of possession of child sexual abuse material.
And the court is going to be more, let's say, not as lenient with those individuals.
An ordinance that provides that kind of protection is certainly something that we need to explore.
If no ordinance is put in place by the city, Bonnie says she'll have to take matters into her own hands.
We are going to address it and ask why, and I'm going to write the ordinance and ask that they submit it to the council, and I'll talk to council members and everything else, and if they don't do it, I will do it.
She hopes city leaders will be proactive and create the ordinance.
Perhaps they'll be the heroes that stand up for children and say, enough, we're going to protect children.
And that was Cameron Burchett reporting.
If you want to look up your neighborhood, we have a link to the DPS Sex Offender Registry on our website, 12newsnow.com. All right, 7:09 on your Monday morning. Check this out. With Valentine's Day on the horizon, a photographer in North Dakota is trying to help strangers find friendship and perhaps even love.
Yeah, she's taking photos of them and getting their reactions when they meet after they've been blindfolded. Jody Kay has that story.
You guys are gonna hold hands.
This is the first time
There we go.
Brianna Hauk
It's all good.
and Evan Izzy have met.
Yeah.
Photos capture the unforgettable moment. They both signed up for one of Brooklyn Earhart's Stranger Sessions.
They fill out this form and I take what everybody explains about themselves and what they look for in another person, kind of match them up that way. Act like you've known each other for more than 5 minutes.
Both Evan and Brianna admit they were a little nervous
Perfect.
to take the blindfolds off.
I didn't know what they looked like. I didn't know what was going to happen or what I was walking into, really.
Yeah, just a touch nervous, but it's a fun experience. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
Brooklyn says she's got some butterflies too.
perfect.
This is her first time playing Cupid.
Perfect. This is all new for me.
For Brooklyn, it challenges her photography skills and it helps her meet new people.
Just the smiles, the fun that comes out of it. I mean, you know, whether or not you go on a date afterwards or maybe this is just a new friend. I mean, it's so fun to interact with people. Right, and then both look at me.
Brooklyn has photographed 5 couples so far. 3 of those 5 have gone on dates after their stranger session. Brooklyn says she doesn't have any expectations, but she says she is invested in every couple's story.
This does turn into something, you know, I'm here for engagement photos or wedding photos or whatever.
That's a love story, Brooklyn says, would be nothing short of picture perfect.
That was Jody Kurzman reporting. Earhart has photos from her stranger sessions on her website and social media. Well, still ahead, Super Bowl PTO and an Amazon delivery driver drone falls from the sky in Texas. Your trending news is coming up. At first, we're also going to have your top headlines happening now in America, including the latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie and more. And this Black History Month, we're highlighting Mac Henry Hanna Jr. Now, he paved the way for black home and land ownership in Southeast Texas. He created the first black-owned savings and loan association in the state, allowing black residents, to obtain home loans. He later served as a trustee for Bishop College and TSU, and he was appointed consul to Liberia by President Franklin D. Roosevelt.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, it's been more than a week since the Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, disappeared, and the FBI is hoping billboards across the U.S., including some across major cities here in Texas, like the one in Louisville, might lead to critically needed tips. Now, yesterday, investigators were seen searching a septic tank behind Guthrie's property near Tucson. So far, they haven't named any suspects. Now, Savannah Guthrie and her siblings, they released a video Saturday, once again making a plea for their mother's release. They directly addressed the possible kidnapper.
We received your message and we understand. We will pay.
Some Tucson newsrooms, they have received notes that appear to be seeking ransom. One allegedly demanded $6 million in Bitcoin by Monday at 5 p.m. The FBI says it's actively inspecting those messages to determine if they're authentic. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, is scheduled to be deposed today by the House Oversight Committee. She's going to testify virtually from the prison where she's serving 20 years for sex trafficking, though she is expected to plead the Fifth and decline answering any of their questions.
Hey, it's a foggy start this morning. Already starting to see the sun, though, lighting the skies up. And we'll see some of that fog start to lift as we head through the next, say, hour and a half or so. Here's the view down towards Port Arthur, where you can see some of that fog off in the distance. This camera brought to you by Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Temperatures out there for this morning into the 50s and 60s. 58 right now here in Beaumont, 59 in Port Arthur, or 57 in Port Arthur, and 59 in Orange. Also Jasper's at 59. 62 in Woodville, 62 also in Kirbyville and in Silsbee. On the satellite and radar, not seeing too much in the way of any rain across the state of Texas. There are a few showers just south of a stationary front over into parts of the southeastern U.S. Alabama over into Georgia and Mississippi, getting a few light showers there. We should stay dry today. We'll see a few clouds as those fog starts to lift up for this morning and go partly cloudy through the afternoon. By lunchtime, I think we'll be in the 70s, only showing some 60s here, but we'll be in the 70s, and we're expecting high 70s for today, 76, 77, 78, somewhere in that range. As we drop back into the evening, we'll see temperatures into the 60s, and we'll stay right around 60 degrees tomorrow morning with maybe some more fog developing as we head towards Tuesday morning. We'll be watching for that. For this morning, dense fog advisory until 9, weather impact alert until 9. Just be careful on the roadways for this morning. Give yourself a little extra time to get where you're going. That'd be a good idea. Today's forecast, partly cloudy by the afternoon, southwesterly winds at 5 to 10, and that should push our temperatures up around 77, 78 for today. And then for tonight, we'll drop off into the 50s, a lot of upper 50s, maybe a few 60s, especially around the triangle southward. Like I said, maybe a little bit of fog there with south winds at 5 to 10. 7-day forecast shows dry weather for the most part through Friday. There is a upper level disturbance coming through on Wednesday, and with that, a small chance for a few showers. We'll see if that pans out, but right now we'll just go 20%. Otherwise, just a warm week with temperatures in the middle to upper 70s. Lows will be right around 60 or the upper 50s. Now for Saturday, we have a cold front coming through, and this front will bring in maybe a few showers and thunderstorms. We'll go 50% coverage right now on Saturday, as behind the front, we'll see temperatures start to drop off just a little bit. 70 for a high on Sunday with mostly sunny skies Sunday afternoon.
These are the type of temperatures I like to see in February, wherever I am, but Southeast Texas. It makes sense. I know you said it's a little bit higher than normal, though, at the same time.
Yeah, well, about 10 degrees higher than normal at least, so yeah. But, you know, I don't mind the 70s at all.
Why are you looking at me when he talk about 70s?
Yeah.
Why are you looking this way?
Because I know you like the warmer weather.
That's right. Thinking about me. I like that.
Thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to check out just what that temperature is going to be out there. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. 7:19 right now. Let's do some trending news here on 12 News Plus. Now to that viral video captured out of Richardson, Texas in North Dallas.
Yeah, it shows parts of an Amazon delivery drone falling to the ground near an apartment building Wednesday. The footage shows the drone hovering near the building. Then moments later, broken pieces start falling from the sky. And the clips after, the propellers are seen spinning with smoke rising. There it is, before firefighters come to investigate the damage. The woman who recorded the video says she began filming because it was her first time seeing an Amazon drone and all. Amazon says there was minimal damage and apologized for any inconvenience. See, that's the only thing with this futuristic stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's coming. I think it is very efficient, but yeah, those drones are big. They're going to fall out of the sky here sooner or later. It's going to hit someone, hit a car. I mean, fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but I'm just kind of waiting for that to be the next story.
What are you waiting for?
I'm hoping it doesn't happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Now, we're curious, how many of you will be part of this annual Super Bowl trend?
Yeah, a record number of American employees are expected to miss work today, the Monday after the Super Bowl. Yeah, we're keeping notes, y'all. Now, this is all according to a survey from workforce platform UKG, and it estimates 26.2 million people are going to take today off, beating last year's record by about 4 million. Now, most survey respondents say that they are using PTO or swapping shifts, as you should. About 5 million say they're just going to call in sick or not show up at all.
And you know, Mark, let's set the record straight when it comes to holidays, Monday after Super Bowl. We work in news.
That's right.
We don't really just get off like that. You know, I have so many people say, "What are you doing tomorrow?" Or "Are you staying up for this?" And I'm always like,
I'm going to bed.
Right.
I have to wake up at midnight for the show. We're here to serve.
That's it.
We're here for you guys. All right. Well, this weekend wasn't just about the big game. It's also about helping puppies find forever homes.
Rick Damigella hits the field with highlights from Puppy Bowl 22.
Down at the fluff end zone, Oscar is, well, I'm not sure what he's doing.
Are you ready for some puppies? Puppy Bowl 22 takes the field this weekend.
RuPaul, who is still in the tunnel, is mesmerized by his teammates' moves.
A furry rivalry from last year continues.
With Team Rough and Team Fluff, there is a rivalry going on, as there has been for 11 years. That's how long we've been keeping score. Team Rough last year lost in heartbreaking fashion to Team Fluff in the final seconds of the game.
Let the Pro Dog halftime showdown begin.
I can never predict what's going to happen. It's really a true toss-up every year, but I can tell you who seems to want it more this year is Team Rough. And as far as the roster itself, we have our biggest roster ever at 150 dogs.
Strawberry, that's a penalty for emptying the water bowl, okay? It's puppy football, not puppy swim club.
This year we have a huge amount of rescues, 72 different shelters from across the country, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, that are involved, and they all say that because of being on Puppy Bowl, their rescues took in many more, either adoption inquiries, donations, volunteers, advocacy. So everything gets a boost as a result of Puppy Bowl.
It's football. Only better.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
And we're taking a live look at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, home of Super Bowl 60. Your time right now, 7:22. When we return, Jeff Gerber will have another look at that foggy start to your Monday morning.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards, every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The Medal Count, sponsored by ExxonMobil.
Welcome back. The third day of the Olympics has wrapped up and Team USA took home their first medal. So far, Italy has taken the lead with 9 medals. Norway isn't far behind with 6. Japan sits in third place with 4, and Sweden and the U.S. each have 2. Jeff, you've been watching?
I've been watching some of it, yeah. Some interesting stuff. I hated to see Lindsey Vonn break her leg. That was horrible yesterday after she'd come back and everything. But anyway, it's foggy out there this morning. Dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock. The fog will start to lift off then. So be careful out at the bus stop there. Warm 71 at recess and then warm on the way home at 77 with partly cloudy skies. Along the coast for your Monday, no advisory. South winds at 5 to 10 knots, seas about a foot. Next high tide, and the only high tide hit for today is about 105. Our sunrise was right at 7. Our sunset's right at 6 o'clock for this evening. As we'll look at Texas Point right now, south winds at 10 to 12 miles an hour, and water temperatures out there in the Gulf are hanging into the upper 50s and lower 60s.
Coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, the new chapter written into Super Bowl 60 history last night after the Seahawks battled the Patriots for that Lombardi Trophy.
Plus, the Super Bowl halftime shows that were as buzzworthy as the big game. We take a look at Bad Bunny and Kid Rock's performances watched by millions.
And don't forget the commercials. They look at the biggest and best ads from Super Bowl Sunday that had everyone talking.
Your time now, 7:27. It is real foggy there in Port Arthur. Looks like it's gotten even foggier. Jeff will have more on that when we return after this quick break in a few minutes. Happy Monday, Southeast Texas. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:30 right now, so let's go ahead and take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network here above Orange. It looks foggy out there. Jeff Gerber standing by with the forecast. Jeff?
Yeah, dense fog advisory in place until 9 o'clock, so our weather impact alert goes till then as well. And you can see visibilities around the triangle here around 0 right now for Beaumont, Orange, and Port Arthur. Up in the Lakes area, a little bit better visibility. It's about 5 miles in Jasper, but still watch out for some pockets of fog there. Here's what it looks like from our 12 News studio. We barely see I-10 out there as the fog is pretty thick in some spots. Should start to lift up here in the next, say, hour and a half or so across Southeast Texas. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Temperatures anywhere from the 60s in the lakes to some 50s here around the triangle. We'll see highs today jump into the middle to upper 70s. So once the fog lifts, the skies break up a little bit, some partly cloudy skies. Should be a nice warm afternoon. Looks like the whole week is going to be well above average. We do see a few chances for rain. We'll point those days out for you coming up in our 7-day forecast.
All right, Jeff. New details this morning on that Cross County police chase. It ended last night in Orange and a man was arrested. Now it started around 8:45 p.m. in Groves where police tried to stop a vehicle for an unknown reason. The suspect drove off and led police to Orange, then to Newton, and then back to Orange. Our 12 News crew at the scene says police used spike strips to stop the car and tear gas to get the suspect out. A passenger was also let out at some point during the chase. Grove City Marshal Chris Robbins says that both were intoxicated and are expected to face charges. It's unclear at this time if the passenger was also arrested.
Meanwhile, Beaumont police have identified the man found dead in a wrecked car Friday night as 31-year-old Rudolph Lasainte. They have not released what led up to the shooting, but we do know it happened just before 9 Friday night. Police say they found Lasainte in the crashed car in the 500 block of Woodrow Avenue. We're told they're looking for this man, 18-year-old Charles Sigers, in connection to the murder. If you know where he is, contact Beaumont Police or Crime Stoppers at 833-TIPS. Now to the ongoing search for Nancy Guthrie. We're now entering the 9th day since the 84-year-old mother of Savannah Guthrie was last seen.
Yeah, investigators, they are trying to find any suspect in her apparent abduction. Her children, they have made another appeal to her kidnappers. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
This morning, the urgent search for Nancy Guthrie is into its 2nd week. On Sunday, investigators returned to her home from where they say she was taken against her will more than a week ago. In a video posted over the weekend, daughter Savannah Guthrie told potential captors she and her siblings are willing to pay for their mother's return.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us and we will pay.
Law enforcement sources told ABC News she was referring to a message sent Friday to a Tucson television station. The FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department said they were analyzing it, but have not determined its authenticity.
I think what they're trying to do is gently push the abductors to finish this deal.
The FBI has not said whether any of the messages from the supposed kidnappers are credible, but they are taking them seriously. An earlier message made demands for Bitcoin and established 2 deadlines, one last week and another deadline today. Over the weekend, investigators were also spotted at the nearby home of Savannah's sister Annie. Earlier, they examined cameras on the roof of Nancy's house and knocked on the doors of her neighbors. The Sheriff's Department says this remains an active and ongoing investigation. Detectives and agents continue to conduct follow-up at multiple locations. But after a full week of searching, they still have not identified any suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles connected to this case.
Amen, amen.
During a weekend service streamed on Facebook, parishioners at Nancy Guthrie's church who first noticed her absence said prayers for her safe return.
We pray for Nancy's rescue and her release. Bring her home safely.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
And we have a Super Bowl 60 winner. The Seattle Seahawks took the lead over the New England Patriots last night, and they never looked back. Now, this was a huge deal for the Seahawks, who have now won their 2nd Super Bowl title. For 09 Sports, Brandon Roddy and Holton Pepper, they're breaking it all down.
Good morning, sports fans. The Seattle Seahawks came into the Super Bowl with 60-1 odds of winning it all.
And of course, now they are the world champions. And with a journeyman quarterback at that, Sam Darnold, what a journey it's been for him. But this Seattle defense, Brandon Roddy, 6 3-and-outs for New England, 6 sacks on Drake May, 8 tackles for loss for this quote-unquote dark side defense. You're a defensive-minded guy. What does this mean for you?
Well, I think it just shows the dominance of the Seattle Seahawks defense. They've been the best in the league all year, leading the league in points allowed, but I think it shows the inexperience of Drake May as well. You know, he's only in his second year playing in the biggest game of the year, and when you're tested like that, you're going to start seeing defenses. They're going to try to confuse you and throw things at you that you might not have seen before when it comes to defensive matchups. But on the other hand of that, you have somebody like Sam Darnold, who has been in the league for 8 years. He's played with 5 different teams. He's seen just about all the defenses that you can see. So when you come out there and you get out through all the nerves and exercise the ghosts that he was seeing before, you're able to actually recognize defenses and start putting up points like they did in the second half of the game.
You know, you said it right there. I hope people understand that joke. Of course, he's seeing ghosts out there. And that was the same New England defense that he was seeing ghosts against before. Obviously, and shout out Jason Myers as well, the kicker for the Seattle Seahawks, going 5 for 5, setting a new Super Bowl record for that one. Obviously, final score there, 29-13. Seattle, your Super Bowl champions. Congratulations to them.
How about that? Cowboys next year, right?
Probably not.
My man, Earl Thomas III.
A former Seattle Seahawk is back in the spotlight, this time off the field. Orange native Earl Thomas III was invited to speak to fans at a Super Bowl panel. Thomas was part of the Legion of Boom from 2010 to 2018, which dominated Super Bowl 48, taking the title in 2014. Almost as big as the game was a halftime show, or should we say shows.
That's right. Bad Bunny, he performed at Levi's Stadium, but it wasn't the only option. 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's breaking it all down.
Mark and Tia, Bad Bunny delivered a historic performance during a halftime show that was highly anticipated. He emerged in a sugarcane field joined by dozens of dancers and musicians performing primarily in Spanish. His show highlighted Puerto Rican culture and history, with surprise guests Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin joining him. Bad Bunny is one of the most streamed artists on the planet, and a Dallas woman explains one of the reasons why.
I think just because of everything going on in the world, it represents a lot. He represents us very well. Even like just his music, everything, the way he's doing the Super Bowl, the commercial he did, everything's just, he just represents us very well.
Near the end, performers waved flags from several countries, including the U.S. Bad Bunny said, "God bless America," and held up a football that read, "Together we are America." But that wasn't the only halftime show. Turning Point USA offered an alternative performance starring Kid Rock on its YouTube channel. It was organized in protest over Bad Bunny's performance and also featured several country singers. According to the organization's YouTube page, 5 million people tuned in. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you for that breakdown, Derek. Now, for the first time, a spot during last night's game topped 8 figures. And considering some of the big celebrities in those ads, the actual cost was likely much higher. ABC's Danny New has a breakdown on how that money was spent.
With around 130 million people watching,
Jen Spark, give me the day off.
Super Bowl advertisers competed Sunday night for an evening with a rare opportunity.
This is one event where you can get them to watch the commercials.
There's no skip ad button. For Insight, I spoke with marketing consultant Alan Adamson, who entered this field about 3 decades ago, long before 30-second commercials were creeping over the reported $10 million mark we saw this year.
I'm on row.
Overall, Alan says there were 2 main industries dominating the breaks this year: AI and, as you just saw tennis great Serena Williams vouching for, weight loss medications. And when it comes to the latter,
the benefit of those is the product really does work and makes people's lives different. So you may not need to do much explaining.
Isn't that your girlfriend?
Of course, there were many commercials with more than one celebrity. This Duncan Goodwill Hunting spoof featured Ben Affleck, Tom Brady, and I think 1 million actors from 90s sitcoms.
Yes, Wi-Fi finds a way.
And how about some more 90s? Xfinity united the cast of Jurassic Park simply by fixing the island's internet.
Lots of these ads are entertaining, But there's an old ad phrase that was many years ago, it ain't creative unless it sells.
Please, please.
Meanwhile, the New York Times ranked this Squarespace ad as the #1 commercial of the night, as actress Emma Stone continually smashes laptops when she sees that EmmaStone.com is already taken.
If you need to attract people that really want to get the Danny New brand and they're concerned that it's going to be taken by Danny Old, you better pay attention to Emma.
I'll be right back.
Exactly.
Danny New reporting still ahead. This educator doesn't just support students, she speaks their language. How her unique approach is making a difference in the classroom. And up next, Einstein Brothers Bagels is putting a twist on traditional flowers. The chain is rolling out so-called broquettes, and they're turning heads.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
Welcome back and happy Monday. This educator doesn't just support students, she speaks their language, whether she's guiding them through student services or using sign language to make sure no one is left out. This woman shows up in ways that truly matter. Our 12 News Golden Apple Award recipient is at Lamar Institute of Technology.
Good morning, LIT. How can I help you?
What started as a normal day at work quickly turned into a day Monica Peer will never forget.
I have been working at LIT a total of about 25 plus years.
She's been known as a helper, problem solver, and a sign language interpreter, turning silence into connection and making sure no student is left out of the conversation.
A day in the life of Monica Peer is helping, assisting students, giving them encouragement, telling them what they need to do to better themselves, to make sure that they know the processes of what it is to attend LIT and to make good choices in their career paths, and the things that they want to do in life.
And on this day, the message was clear. Mrs. Peer's work doesn't go in vain. What started as a quiet nomination turned into a very loud moment of appreciation.
Hi, are you Monica Peer? Hi, you've been a recipient of the 12 News Golden Apple Award. So someone in the community nominated you, and we give this we give this award to anyone in the education field once a month.
Okay.
So this is your plaque.
Thank you.
And these are your flowers.
Oh, wow.
And I know we caught you off guard, but you know, how do you feel to be recognized?
I feel wonderful. I feel great. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. I do this. This is what I do. I love what I do. I love people. I love helping people.
Immediately, it was no one that I could think of that deserved it more. I immediately spoke with our executive team, and such an honor for Monica and such support. So we were just really gracious and thankful that someone went above and beyond to acknowledge and give her this such great recognition.
Though the support and praise is evident on campus, it's just as big at home. Pierre's husband nominated her, saying she goes above and beyond to make sure students have a smooth experience getting registered for school. And when they are out, students and former students always acknowledge her and show their appreciation.
I thank him for knowing that what I do truly means something to me, and I'm glad that he's my support system because he's my everything.
Congratulations, Mrs. Pierre. Keep sending us those nominations for the 12 News Golden Apple Award. This can be a teacher, bus driver, anyone who works in the education field. Go to 12newsnow.com/golden apple.
Weather impact alert out there this morning for till about 9 o'clock as we're seeing low visibility. As you can see, Beaumont, Orange, and Port Arthur all at about 0 now as far as visibilities. A little bit better visibility up towards the lakes at about 5 miles. Dense fog advisory also in place till about 9 o'clock. Here's what it looks like as we look outside here, our 12 News studio. Fog is starting to lift already just a little bit. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. At least we can see a little bit of I-10. Just a little bit earlier, about a half an hour ago, you couldn't even really see I-10. So fog's getting a little bit better out there for this morning. Temperature-wise, we're divided between the 60s to the north and 50s here across the triangle. 58 right now in Orange, 57 in Port Arthur, and also 57 in Beaumont. Then you get into the 60s from Jasper at 61, Kirbyville at 62, also Woodville and Silsbee currently at about 62. Have some clouds streaming across the state, but nothing as far as any measurable rainfall or anything like that. Going to be pretty quiet today and through the next couple of days. We do see a small chance of some rain coming in on Wednesday with maybe a few showers, but overall looks like we'll wait till Saturday. Saturday looks like the day we can pick up some measurable rainfall. For our futurecast today, showing that clouds starting to break up as we head towards mid to late morning and temperatures rising up. I think a little bit warmer than we're showing here. I think we're looking at about 77, 78 for highs for later on this afternoon. And then as we fall into the evening, temperatures fall back to the lower 60s and upper 50s. Kind of hold there overnight with fog out there. So we'll see temperatures and conditions kind of like we're seeing this morning, maybe tomorrow morning. So watch out for that. We have a dense fog advisory though once again until 9 o'clock this morning. So just be careful on driving out there for this morning. If you're not leaving for another, say half an hour to an hour, I think you'll be looking at a little bit better conditions. But right now, there are some spots where the fog is pretty dense. Partly cloudy for this afternoon, southwesterly winds at 5 to 10 and temperatures there in the upper 70s. For tonight, a lot of upper 50s and lower 60s with maybe some more fog developing and south winds at 5 to 10. 7-day forecast showing highs in the 70s all week long, all the way into the weekend. We'll see middle to upper 70s through Friday. There is a small chance of rain on Wednesday. I think it's really Saturday with a cold front coming through that we'll see our best chance for some scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. And behind that cold front, we'll see temperatures dropping some, down to around 70 for a high on Sunday.
Some nice temperatures headed our way. You know, I mean, the fog, at least it leaves for a little bit.
Yes.
I'd rather that than super cold or rainy all day, right?
For sure. We can deal with a little bit of fog in the morning. Just, you got to be smart in the fog and just take care.
Right. You got to be aware. This is the time of year where we see the most fog. Is that what you said?
Wintertime, yeah, wintertime, yeah. We usually see that inversion set up across the air for the Gulf waters and the cold inland temperatures, and that's where you get that inversion.
Interesting.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Uh-huh.
Well, if you didn't know, Valentine's Day is on Saturday. While millions of people will celebrate being in love, others are dealing with heartbreak.
Yeah, some of you better know that. And a business in Corpus Christi, Texas is helping make repairs when people's anger and frustration get the best of them. Jada Jenkins spoke with business owner about the Heartbreak Museum that he's created.
Valentine's Day is a moneymaker where a lot of guys do a lot of wrong and bricks come through windows.
At After Hours Auto Glass on Baldwin, heartbreak doesn't just hurt, it leaves evidence.
Some of these are heavy.
Yeah, like that one right there, that's the one that broke all the windows.
This one?
This one here.
His collection is filled with rocks, bricks, and even a donkey statue.
He had nothing to do with it, but he got involved.
Mark has run this shop for 20 years and says he remembers the story behind almost every throw. But this one really stood out to me.
I saw a Bible verse and I looked at him, I was like, what's going on? He goes, she wrote that on there before she threw it to the back window.
He says one customer even kept coming back
Whatever he did was pretty bad.
because he came in for a busted window 9 times. I mean, did you give him a discount?
After a while, we became buddies.
Mark says love lessons can get expensive. He says he sees this all the time,
People don't realize in the glass business that we see this.
with some repairs costing up to $3,000 if every window is shattered.
Don't cheat. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg to fix these windows.
Mark says he's been with his wife since the 7th grade, and now all 7 of their children work at the family business.
To tell you the truth, a lot of these people that do it, they get back together.
What do you think that says about love in Corpus Christi?
It's that toxic love. You know how that goes.
I don't know how that goes. No, I don't.
That toxic love. Mark know how that go.
I don't know what you're talking about. Einstein Brothers Bagels, as we move along here, is giving Flowers a makeover. The bagel chain, they just rolled out their broquets, edible bouquets made with heart-shaped bagels designed to celebrate everyone.
The idea stemmed from the research found nearly 90% of men have never received flowers. So instead of roses, think cinnamon raisin and chocolate chip. Customers can build their own bouquet.
Yeah, a broquet, like a bouquet.
A bouquet, okay, yeah. Starting February 9th with heart bagels available just in time for Valentine's Day, because nothing says love like a dozen bagels. If you want to gift your bro a bouquet, you'll have to head to Houston, though. There's no Einstein Brothers here. Now, the question of the day, do men want flowers, though?
Here's 3 pounds of carbohydrates, guys.
Yeah, I don't know anyone in my life who would want that, but I also do men like flowers? Would you accept flowers as a gift?
That would be nice, I suppose.
Really?
It would be, I wouldn't expect it, that's for sure, but I guess I'd put them on my counter in the vase I don't own or something like that. But
you wouldn't be like, ugh.
No, I would be, flowers are pretty. Thank you for the flowers, I guess, but I would not be expecting flowers at the same time.
Good to know. All right. When Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush hour.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now. Weekdays, noon. Only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It is 7:55 right now. It's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. A police chase started around 8:45 in Groves last night. When police tried to stop a driver, the driver took off, leading police to Orange, then Newton, then back to Orange. Police used spike strips to stop the car and tear gas to get the suspect out. A passenger was let out at some point. Grove City Marshal says both were intoxicated and are expected to face charges.
Beaumont police, they are looking for 18-year-old Charles Seigers in connection to a murder after 31-year-old Rudolph Lasaint was found dead in a wrecked car Friday night on Woodrow Avenue. So if you know where he is, contact Beaumont Police or Crime Stoppers.
The City of Beaumont's community meetings begin today on its 20-year comprehensive plan for the future. Today's meeting is from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Downtown Event Center. You can join in-depth meetings, workshops, and presentations all week or follow updates at planbeaumont.gov.
Weather impact alert just this morning because of the fog, and that should be lifted about 9 o'clock or so. Then this afternoon, partly cloudy, 77. Upper 70s through the rest of the work week. Small chance of rain, excuse me, coming in on Wednesday, and then a better chance of rain coming in on Saturday. 50% chance of some scattered showers, thunderstorms, with temperatures cooling off on a little bit on Sunday to around 70.
All right, listen up, readers and lovers. Our next chapter continues this Saturday in Beaumont. I'm partnering with the top ladies of distinction to read books. We'll walk through African American history with love. It's all happening at the Elmo Willard Library at 1 p.m. See you soon.
That's a lovely thing to do on Valentine's Day. Good theme as well.
Hopefully these people spend a little bit of Valentine's Day with me. Just a little bit. You don't have nothing to do?
No, I don't.
Well, now you do.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching 12 News Plus.
We'll be back at 11.
Have a great day.